Another Tips Tuesday session. This week we are going to be looking at that moment in time where you might be pulling your hair out, you might be scared, you might be frustrated, and most of all, you are most probably going, what the hell do I do next? And that is when your marketing is not working for you. So if you haven't already got yourself ready for today's session, go grab a pen and pencil. I'm about to load our show reel and we will get started as we delve into some things that you can do to bring your marketing back on track when the marketing you're putting out there is not working for you. Ooh, show reel's going now, I think. Let's see. Hi, everyone. I'm glad you had that moment to grab a pen and paper and come and join me. So this week's Tips Tuesday session is about one of those moments in time where things maybe aren't going 100% for you with your marketing. And let me tell you, as a marketer, there is no guarantees within marketing. Sometimes you'll put the most amazing work into a campaign, but it's maybe not working the way that you want it to. Maybe, things are glitching out. Maybe we're not getting the right results. Maybe, something's happened in the world. But there are a few things that we can do when we can look at when our marketing campaign is not working. And that's what we're going to cover in today's Tips Tuesday session. We're going to look at what can we actually have a look at, what can we change, and what can we modify. So this morning I thought to get things started, please let me know who you are, where you're tuning in from in the chat. I will introduce myself very shortly for those of you new to this series and new to this session. But I would love to know where you're from. And let me know in the comments, maybe when a marketing campaign hasn't gone the way that you expected it to, or you expected it to work over the last little while. So, that does happen from time to time. So what I'm going to suggest that we do this morning is we have a conversation with those areas. Now, if you are watching me inside one of our Facebook groups, there is just one little thing that you need to do to allow the Restream chat to pop up here. Otherwise, I'll pop in. So if you click on that link, you'll be able to chat to me as well as we go through. Okay, so we put them working for an amazing marketing campaign, but it's maybe not working the way that we think it should. Okay, so what's the first step that we can do? The first step we can do is review our insights. And by reviewing our insights, we're able to take a look at maybe what is working, what is not working, and maybe has our audience changed. So when we look at our insights, the first thing that we need to do there is actually just have a good look at what is actually working for the business. So what is actually getting clicks, what's getting the engagement, and you look at your insights in places like Facebook, like Twitter, like Instagram, like Google Analytics, and you'll start to see what's actually bringing traffic to your site. And that includes the insights of what social channels are working for you as well. Then the next thing that we need to look at in our insights is, has the time when our audience has been online changed? Okay, so has it changed? How are we not actually getting reach because we're posting when our people aren't there? And that can be very much the case. We can be posting when our people aren't actually online. So we need to check our time online and check when our audiences are online. And if you're using tools like vidIQ for posting videos to places like YouTube or Facebook or those areas, and using Facebook Business Suite, you're going to get to see when your time is on, when the best time to post for your audience is based on your time online. So have a look at those things from there and just make sure that you are actually posting and you are actually delivering when your people are online. Okay, the next thing to consider when we go through this process is making sure that we actually are promoting as much as we think we are. So most of the time when someone comes to a marketing campaign and says to me that, hey, Linda, we haven't got where we need to be, or we haven't got the results. I was just checking that I wasn't actually missing my audio here on the Facebook. I'm just getting messages popping through. They come to me and they say, my marketing isn't working. I don't understand why my marketing is not working. It's not getting the results that I need to do. And I have promoted it. And then we do an audit and we go through and we do an audit of how many times did they promote that event or workshop? How many times had they actually posted that in front of their audience? And what we find is what's mentally in their head is actually different to the results of what has actually been shared by the insights or by the audience or by the newsletter. And quite often as business owners, I know I do it myself. We think we've done it. We think we've shared it. We think we've given people enough information. We think we've touched all those bases. And that's where checklists come in. And then they're really handy to be able to make sure that you go through workflows and checklists. So if you haven't already, make sure that you are putting together strong workflows and strong checklists that you can check off within your marketing, or even using the checklist inside the marketing planner, which you can see behind me over here, and making sure that you're delving into, checking that we are going through all the marketing elements of a blog, we are going through all the marketing elements of events for webinars, and we are making the most of those opportunities. Okay, so once we've done all of those sorts of things, we can look at it from that point of view. Now, the other insight, or the other piece that I really suggest that you check at this point in time as well, is also to check whether you actually are following up. So if someone shows an engagement, have you got an abandoned cart sequence? If someone, signs up but they don't complete the process, how are we managing that process? Are they showing interest within a Facebook event? Are we making sure that we're posting into that event to make sure that people are getting out there? If they're getting to our pages and we're getting lots of traffic to our landing pages, then it might be time to look at a heat map and look at the insights the heat map tells you about where people are going and where people are clicking. And if they're not clicking where you think they should, then maybe that's not working. And the other thing is to do a button check. So do a button check on your website and your as well. So we can review our insights, we can see what they're telling us, and we can tweak from there. So the next component is to review the strategies that we're working with. Are we just putting all our eggs into one basket and using one particular style of strategy? Because quite often that will end up in results that don't work. Have we done something in the past that maybe we could bring back? Maybe the old strategy is something that we could bring back that's going to work for us. Or maybe it's an opportunity for us just maybe to adjust our times, adjust our tone based on what we know is working, and bringing in more of that within our strategies. So we need to review our strategies, and then we need to adjust those strategies from there. And adjusting those strategies is making sure that we do deliver when our audience is online, we do deliver the messages and stuff that they're relating to, and we do lead them through a nurture sequence or a journey to be able to come and connect with us. So when you start to review and adjust those sequences, make sure there is a clear path and a clear journey. If they're going to opt in, what happens next? Are they getting a strong nurture sequence that will lead to them buying from you? Because an opt-in is only as good as its nurture sequence that allows people to be able to connect with you from there. The other thing that I see quite often is when we look at adjusting our strategies, we try to adjust them too quick. We, let it go for 2 or 3 days and then we want to adjust it. All marketing, including advertising, takes time for the algorithms to be able to see. It takes time for it to develop. And I know I talk to my marketing circle members about this all the time, but what we work on today is what we will see results in 3 to 6 months' time. Marketing is a long burn process. So we want to make sure that we've given the strategy or the tip that we're using enough time when we're putting it out into marketing. And then the final thing is to try something new. If everything is not working and you reviewed your strategies, then let's try something new. Maybe introduce a new campaign, a new strategy, a little bit of fun, a little bit of engagement. Maybe invest in, becoming a marketing circle member or learning from a marketing coach about some strategies and some techniques that will help and work with you growing your market. The biggest thing to remember in marketing is not all business owners were born to be marketers. It's an industry and it's a skill that we pick up over time. And each step that you make within your business helps you market your business. So have a look. We have come out of COVID-19. We are in a brand new world of people engaging and interacting, and the algorithms and everything changed during COVID, and now it's going to change again. So we've got to make sure that we are reviewing, we're tweaking, we're working with this fluid thing called marketing, and we're trying different strategies. And one final tip is just remember, you're not your audience. So make sure that you are thinking of your audience. You're putting them first when you create your marketing strategies, and you're thinking about what they would need to be able to work with you rather than what you think they need. Because quite often we can get in our own way when it comes to putting our marketing strategies together. And then that stops us from connecting with the audience. So think of the tips, think of the insights, think of the things that they need as they're starting to look at working with you, and start to include those within your marketing, because marketing is a tree. Everything starts with the seed of interest. And if we don't have the seed of interest in there to allow our people to be interested in working with us, to allow them to be interested in connecting, it is really hard for them to start to climb up that tree, work with them to climb to our top level. So make sure you take them, get that seed of interest and flow their way up. It is a skill and it's going to take time. I'm really looking forward to being part of your marketing journey and Tips Tuesdays. And if you want to delve in a bit further, please feel free to join. Until next time, have a great week. I have had an amazing time sharing this with you, and I'll be back next Tuesday with more tips to help you grow, market your business, and create impact.